Hey folks, Craig T. Nelson Downs here. This is a video that I never thought I would be making. 47 years ago when I got into magic, if you had told me that I would be making a video like this, I would have thought it was crazy. Making a video about why you shouldn't expose magic secrets to me would have been synonymous with making a book about why it's a bad idea to punch people in the gut. So that's kind of changed over the years because of the internet, and I would argue that the internet actually has been really great for magic. However, the exposure that has happened on magic has not been so good. So I'm going to run through every different possible justification there is for exposing or teaching magic for free to the masses online, and then I'll respond with the different reasons why those reasons are stupid. Knowing the secret helps people to enjoy and appreciate the magic better because they see the work that goes into it and they see how clever the method is and they can see the skill of the performer. I don't dig a movie more knowing exactly how every single shot was set up, how all the visual effects were accomplished, and I don't enjoy a TV series more when I know when the very last episode is spoiled for me, nor do I enjoy Coca-Cola any less not knowing what's in that secret syrup that they have. So these things might be interesting in and of themselves, but they don't necessarily contribute to the overall enjoyment of the thing itself, especially with magic, because the whole point and the fun of magic is to be fooled and to be baffled by it. So why would you spoil that aspect of it? Here's a popular one. Other people have exposed magic, like the masked magician guy in Penn and Teller, and look, the magic community is still fine. It's more popular than ever. Well, this is like saying, hey, other people have stolen from the store, and the store is still open, so I'm going to do it too. Just because someone else does something and there's not a catastrophic result doesn't mean that it's a good idea necessarily, right? Just fundamentally, it's a bad argument. But in the case of magic, it doesn't make any sense because any renewed popularity in magic is definitely due to the internet, but it isn't due to secrets being exposed on it. I'm not forcing these videos on anybody. If you don't want to know the secret, then don't watch the video. Well, here's the thing. I actually do want to know the secret because I'm a magician and I can probably find out that secret somewhere other than like a YouTube video. But I don't want people who are not magicians to be able to see my show and then go home and type in, how do you make the coins go from one hand to the other magically? And then there's 100 different methods on the trick that I've just performed the night before. It basically ruins the fun. So why would you want to do that? These videos only have a few thousand views. There isn't enough exposure to ruin it for those that haven't seen it. Yes and no. There are different degrees of this. If you look at someone like Rick Holcomb, he is teaching very esoteric stuff to a small amount of people on YouTube. Now, Rick knows that I'm not crazy about that. We've talked about it. We're still friends. But it's crimes and misdemeanors. Now, you take somebody like ECAT, who has 1.2 million followers on Instagram, and I'm sure more than that on TikTok, and I think just under 1 million, maybe it's 350,000 on YouTube. That's significant. That's a lot of people that are watching these secrets, and they're not going to any effort or motivated to do anything other than just watch her thing. And it's like, oh, okay, that's how that works, cool. We're in the information age, and information should be readily available to anyone who wants it. Well, we're talking about ruining what amounts to folk entertainment. We're not talking about like exposing war crimes or bringing down a corrupt political structure or something. This isn't WikiLeaks. We're talking about magic tricks. So, and two, the information was always available. It's just that there was a barrier. You had to go to a magic shop. You had to get to know some crusty old men and convince them to show you their tightly held secrets. There was always a barrier, but it was always available to those that wanted it. My issue is just that there is no barrier anymore. Thirdly, total information awareness is not always a good thing. On the surface, it sounds like it, but I can give you a few examples of where it's not a good thing. For instance, personal information. Nobody wants to be doxxed, right? Whistleblower status, witness protection, trade secrets, some proprietary stuff. I'm sure you can think of many other examples where having the information being available to one and all at all times is not the best move. Here's a defense I hear all the time. These videos are not for exposure for the sake of exposure. It's to share the art of magic. It's so people can learn. And a lot of young magicians don't have the money to pay for tricks and for lessons and books and videos. And so I'm giving this away for free to further the art of magic.
This is my way of giving something to you, a little tutorial, and not just any tutorial.
if you want to share the art with people who don't have money or something like that, why not do a weekly or monthly Zoom class? People can sign up, they send you their email address, you send them back a password, they log on at a certain time, and then you have an awesome little group of people all learning and stuff from each other. This would seem to me a much better way to share the art of magic with those who are truly interested in it, rather than just anybody who kind of casually wants to know the secret. I came up with a thing called Tyler Rabbit's Hiding Place, where I released a bunch of fake explanation videos on YouTube, and then hidden within those videos are clues as to where to find the actual 5 real tutorials for 5 coin routines that I came up with. I had a great time making this whole puzzle, alternate reality thing to go around it. And also, if somebody just messaged me on Instagram and said, hey, can you please, send me the password and the URL to your tutorials, I would be glad to. Again, it's just that little extra bit of effort that I want people to go through to be able to find the secret. So I really think that the argument that people give of share, let's learn, let's share this with everybody, I think it's bullshit. She wants a lot of views and hits. If it was just about sharing magic for free with people, there are plenty of other ways to do that. I don't know if it's if people are actually learning from it. Maybe a handful, but I don't think there's 1.2 million people following along with the rubber band thing or something. You know what I mean? Like it's most of the people just look at it and they go, oh, okay, cool. I would also argue that making the secrets and everything so readily available to anybody just sitting in their home actually discourages younger folks from going out and making friends within the magic community, whether it's online or whether it's in person. Back in my teens, if I had all of the secrets all immediately available to me on a magic box, I probably would have never left the house. I probably never would have joined magic clubs. I probably wouldn't have made friends with as many magicians. I might not have joined the Magic Castle. And if I had, maybe I wouldn't have gotten to know some of the older people that I've learned secrets from over the years. So I think that making it that fast food-like is actually a disservice to the overall individual who is learning. There is also the idea that magic tricks and the secrets are trivial, and so what's the harm in revealing something trivial? Well, magic is trivial, I agree. Compared to ending world hunger or something like that, magic is very trivial. And so because it's trivial, why mess it up? It's a stretch to say that it does harm. I wouldn't say harm, but it does negatively affect things. It means that if an audience already knows how a trick works, then it's not quite as entertaining as it. Also, for hobbyists, it kind of spoils things, but for more importantly, I would say that for the professional magician, it can also be harmful to them, because these are people who earn their living and feed their families off of some of these secrets, and so making them widely available is not cool. Now, you might say, oh, hey, exposing these secrets forces magicians to come up with new and better effects. This is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard, and this is the main justification used by the masked magician on that stupid Fox TV show years ago. It's really dumb, because it's like saying, we're tired of these notes that musicians are using. They need to come up with new notes. This makes no sense, because obviously there is a finite amount of notes, right? You can make new songs, new melodies, new chords. However, the notes that they use to make those are finite. Very similar in magic. There is a near finite number of methods, and once you know the method to one effect, you basically know, the method to maybe 100 other ones. Instead of being the person to force the magic community to come up with new stuff, why don't you actually be the person to come up with new stuff? If your interest is truly in furthering the art of magic, why not do that rather than just sort of spread the secrets for all to see? One of the funniest responses I got, which took me a second to think of a response to, he said, no one cares, it's all about the views.
Exposing magic is wrong. You shouldn't do it. You're going to ruin it. Yeah, shut up. Nobody cares, all right?
It's not just about getting views, For instance, this opinion piece, this commentary piece that I'm making right now, let's say miraculously it gets 1 million views or something, or it gets 100,000 views. That would be ridiculous. And would I all of a sudden start making only commentary videos? No, absolutely not, because I hate making these videos. And also I just want to make what I want to make. So just because people are watching, more of something doesn't mean that it's actually better. And you can get millions of followers on social media platforms with magic without actually revealing anything. You can look up tons and tons of magicians who have millions of followers and millions of views, and they don't reveal a single thing. So revealing stuff, teaching stuff is not necessary for getting a lot of followers. So why not learn some new stuff? You know what I mean?
Buddy, we closed 5 minutes ago.
I don't even know if they know what
I'll let you know.
Oh yeah. And that's it. That's my pitch. That is why I think exposing magic tricks is dumb and lazy. Now, I realize that there are much worse problems in the world, and I also acknowledge that I am totally nerd raging about something that is, in the greater scheme of things, pretty inconsequential. However, it does irk me when I see people taking the lazy route and just willy-nilly exposing stuff just for the views. So that's why I made the video, and thanks for watching. Yeah, man. Here, you want one of your own? I'll give you a full one.
That'd be cool. What kind of video are you doing?
Oh, I'm a magician. I'm making a video about why it's dumb to reveal magic tricks.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
For sure. It
Yeah,
takes
dude.
the whole art away from it. I love the orbital. It's at the beginning, you know what
What's
I
the
mean?
orbital? What is that?
It's like the basis of the magical rules and realms and the divine laws and stuff, and the different forms of magic from Earth all the way to the divine realm to elemental to basically the classes. Yeah.
Damn, dude, I don't even know anything about that at all. I just know, like, stupid card tricks and shit like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, totally different thing. Totally different thing.